Hey, though. It's the mafia. This shit for all the gangsters, nigga. Real story. Jugging out the double doors, cuz in the 6'4". Choppers hitting switches on these niggas back in 94. Basketball practice, and after that I'm back to selling dope. When the cops hit the ab, I done made a rack off of my pager though. When the WAP hit my box, I'ma hit them back, I'm on the payphone. My shoebox getting full, I need to go buy me a safe for real. It's treacherous outside, not supposed to have it, but I paid for it. A brand new out the box, Thule on me while I'm trapping. And I hope I ain't gotta go use it, but I know how shit tend to happen. And plus it be like insurance with a nigga be out here trafficking. I'm talking about how the money gon' be good, but the nigga.
Yo, what it do, y'all? It's another episode on this Time for That Coach for the Street podcast. Y'all know who it is. It's your dog Paint. And we back at you with another episode. My dog Mafia. Y'all know how we coming.
Man, you already know. Ding all them bells. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Ding the notification bell. Don't leave up on trap till you get your ass served. We serving every day, but we getting right to it though. You know what I'm saying? TSF RICO charges. 14 members arrested and charged on federal RICO charges involving drug trafficking and guns with switches as usual. You know what I'm saying? So what you think about this whole situation with Sauce Walker and TSF?
Well, this is not a state case. It's federal. So, they got bigger fish to fry. But I can say this. They didn't say nothing about a murder was involved.
Mm-mm.
They didn't say anything about any shootings or anything. Everything that we heard was drug related.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the switches, you did what I'm saying now. That right there is probably the only outstanding felony really that's gonna put niggas in the chokehold. See what I'm saying?
It is.
Let's just be real. It's a big pill to swallow if you willing to confess to a switch. If you did what I'm saying, like
you just know you about to sit down mandatorily.
Yeah, you gotta kiss the baby.
Mandatory sit down. My whole thing is it's weird how everything panned out. You know what I'm saying? Just like once Gunna got out, Sauce Walker went on his rant talking about niggas, being in that situation and standing tall and just everything. Even made kind of a joke of the nigga being a rat, you know what I'm saying? Which is what's gonna happen in that situation because we now know that even Thugger feel like he been betrayed.
Mm-hmm.
And his sister made one video at first saying, leave Gunna alone, but now she like, nigga, we not messing with him.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So I would take it any nigga that's getting out on that type of situation.
I mean,
even the same way about them.
Even instead with them type of charges and them bonding out, you already know that the judge want a no contact with all of the co-defendants.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. You did what I'm saying? So she bet not say nothing about no welcome home, Gunna. I'm glad you free, none of that, because that's gonna hinder the whole case.
It is,
but I'm gonna say this. I'm ready to see how they gonna do Thug.
What you mean?
What I'm saying? Like when he gets sentenced, them boys done pleaded out to whatever they gonna do.
I don't think that's the end of it though when it comes to them pleading out. I think part of these niggas deal, if they had to go to court and say, yeah, YSL part of a gang, yeah, I seen criminal activity, to get these suspended sentences and get out time served and get out. At the end of the day, it helps Thug none because they pointing the finger at Thug. They saying he the boss. So if you saying yes, YSL is a gang, so you can get out. And you say, yes, YSL is a gang, so you can get out. And you say YSL is a gang, so you can get out. That's three niggas that have officially pointed the finger at Thug without saying Young Thug. Because if you saying YSL is a gang, now what?
Right.
Y'all niggas getting out. I'm still in here fighting for my life. So at the end of the day, I feel like them niggas gonna get called. I think that's gonna be part of their deals. Y'all ass gonna have to come if we need y'all during Thugger case.
Right. Y'all gotta
And
hit
if
that
you
fan.
renege, you getting all that time we took off the table for a suspended sentence. So that's where they gonna hold the umbrella over their head to make some of these niggas switch. Because if you was willing to do that to get out of the time, your ass
And
gonna
I
get up
was
there and do something foul to not have to sit down about that time you just got yourself out. You see what I'm saying? That shit is tricky, man.
of course. And the thing is, see, that let you know when they got in there, them niggas ain't try to wait on. They weren't trying to wait on no second plea, no third plea. They was waiting on the first plea that said anything about freedom.
Because they felt like it wasn't beatable.
Mm-hmm.
Either they
So
felt like it wasn't beatable or they didn't want to sit down.
just like I was telling niggas, I said, bro, they didn't have to take that plea, dog. They could have told that. They could have told that lawyer, hey man, you better tell them folks to come with something else, man. Y'all let me go back in my cell, cause y'all talking crazy. I'm not signing
Like
that.
the video I sent you with the lawyer talking, he was like, now they saying that they didn't tell to get out, whatever. He was like, but at the end of the day, when you go into court and you admit to these things so you can get out, all of that falls on Thugger when he started his trial
Of
because
course, it's
you see what
hindering
I'm
him.
saying? So at the end of the day, y'all really are. You know what I mean? So while all these niggas getting out talking about they ain't tell, but you gotta sit in the courtroom and say you saw this, and yes, this is a gang, and nigga, y'all know what y'all doing.
They set them pleas up. They knew what they was doing. Like, oh, they trying to hurry up and get out. Okay, we gonna line it up like this. You gotta say this, and you gotta say this, and you gotta be willing to do this. And them niggas, come on, they said they hurry up and sign for it.
They definitely did, and that's where like Sauce Walker kind of went wrong because we all street niggas, so it's really not funny when niggas get caught up in the system. You see what I'm
No,
saying? So for that to happen, and then days later, not even weeks later, not months later, days later,
like hours later.
your crew gets snatched up.
See, that's the thing about the streets. You can't honor the streets and then turn around and laugh at niggas because they in jail. That just
Okay,
don't go together.
it don't, it don't,
Uh,
because now that his people in trouble, he would be offended if niggas went on there and went and did the same thing. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, let's just be real. Anybody that would do that, it's lame in my eyes. That's just like knock on wood. Some my cousin he get jammed or whatever, but soon while he in the back seat of the car, I'm licking my tongue out doing all this old lame ass shit. You know what I mean? That's the same thing in my eyes, but you know, to each his own. Maybe that's
See, we don't
part
even
of
know how this situation about to pan out with TSF and the crew being hit with RICO charges because it's 14 members tied up into this. So we don't know yet the extremities of everybody's charges to know if niggas gonna stand firm. We don't even directly know all these niggas. You know what I'm saying? We don't know these
no,
niggas
because
by
they
their
didn't
real
put
name. So
nobody
we would,
name out
you
yet.
know what I'm saying? We would have to look into that shit and figure these niggas' names out with they nickname, you know what I'm saying? All kind of crazy shit
But
just
you
to really
know,
pinpoint. And who's to say any of these niggas is the niggas we see in the music videos? You see what I'm saying? We don't know.
we won't know nothing until the court presented.
So we don't know how extreme the drug charges is. We can get a guesstimation on the gun charge because we know how feds is about guns, but with the drug charges, we don't know if niggas is gonna stand on business when it comes to that time with that
Right.
because we don't know the extremities. What was they moving bricks? Was they allegedly? We don't know what they was doing. You see what I'm saying? So you know they could be saying drug trafficking and really be talking about weed. So that would really be like a nothing to you know what I'm saying. So we until we really know the extremities of everybody's cases, we don't know if it's gonna be niggas that take stand or niggas that fold under the pressure. We don't know that yet. You know what I'm saying? Do I think Sauce Walker had any involvement? No. Like I said earlier, you can't control when you got all this big conglomerate. You cannot control and babysit and oversee everybody individually. It's too much going on. Everybody got their own stuff going on, including you.
But at the same time, that when you can't control your machine, it never fails. The head honcho always sink.
Yeah, if niggas don't stand tall, or you do something foolish enough
And
to get yourself caught up in it. And right now, I don't feel like Sauce did anything to get
I
himself
don't
caught
think
up
he
in it,
did either. I think
because
it's
if
just
he
his team.
did, this is a federal case. They coming to snatch him up
Yeah,
off of any alleged you running anything. They snatching you. You gonna have to prove us otherwise.
you're right.
You see what I'm saying? And he not apprehended or arrested in this situation, so I don't feel like he got no involvement in this. That's why I'm emphasizing the fact that you cannot watch everybody that you around. Or okay, if you got 5 people around you and these is your niggas, these the ones that's with you every day. They got 5, 10, 15 niggas too. So that's 5 niggas that you got around you, but them niggas also got 10, 15 niggas, and you might have met a couple of each of these niggas, but you ain't met all 10, 15 of every, you see what I'm saying? So that's where the responsibilities come in at, because whereas your tight knit circle know what they need to be doing, how they need to be moving, how they need to be militant, and the things they don't need to be doing. Them extra niggas, they outside living their regular life still. Like they're not, the fame ain't in their pockets. It's not going in their pockets. They still outside trying to get it how they live. So it's a certain responsibility they living by. So it's some carelessness that's gonna come with that, some recklessness that's gonna come with that. That could spill off into the niggas you affiliated with, that's affiliated to these niggas.
I'm gonna
And
put it
that's
like this.
always the risk. Like we seen it with BMF. Like, nah, Meech wasn't getting caught with the lump sums of money. Nah, Meech wasn't getting caught with the bricks and shit. It was other niggas in BMF out of town
And
on the freeway catching
that
cases.
that's that would scare me, bro, if I got 13 co-defendants. And I ain't scared of me doing the time. I would be scared of. I'd just be brainstorming like, well, I just don't think home. I don't think Buddy gon' I don't think Buddy
Because you
gonna
don't
say
never
something.
know. You don't never know. You could say, nigga, we gonna stand tall, but you don't never know that other nigga mind frame. He and me might be in there. Oh, nigga, my baby about to be born. Nigga, my
Mm-hmm.
bitch need me. She struggling. Nigga, he like that alone are gonna
Right,
make him go against the protocols y'all living on, because
right.
he thinking like that now that it's pressure hitting.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you don't never know. And that's
That
the
my
risk of the street today, because
right.
it's not something new neither. Let's get that shit understood. Because in the 70s and nigga, all of that shit, the Frank Lucas eras and the Frank Matthews eras and the Bumpy Johnsons and the
All of them.
nigga, they was telling.
All of them.
Nicky Barnes sent his whole squad down because he thought they was fucking his girl. So he said, you know what? I'm telling on all them niggas.
Yeah.
So
It's
you
not
never
that
know
right
where
there.
to come
That would never
when it
stop.
comes to that shit, man. And
That
it's 14 niggas hemmed up in this shit, and we don't know how serious one of them niggas could have got caught with 20
like
bricks. He's
like
sitting on everything under the sun. He might be
like
like, you know what? I'll give a couple of these niggas up. I can get it
like
knocked down to 15.
like
You see what I'm saying?
like Booster said, you can't shake 14 eggs and expect not one to break.
If it happens, that was a lucky carton of eggs, man.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly. It was a lucky carton of eggs, and you know, at the same time, we just got to see how the cards come out on this situation. You get what I'm saying? Freedom Boys.
And
I
that's the
hope y'all.
pressure and the worry that come with that, because this Fed shit. That's the
Yes,
nigga
it's
saying your name to them
it's
folks. I had them folks coming to snatch your ass.
right,
But it's different. Whereas the
right,
state got to have some evidence that you did, or it was or you was around, or you what
right.
you call it. The evidence got to be there. Whereas with the feds, all a nigga got to do is be willing to get on the stand and say him.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't had to have did nothing, but just cause he willing to put it on you, they
They
come
gonna
to
come
get you.
snatch you. Yeah,
And that's something that no matter how solid you think your niggas is, you still gonna
yeah,
worry about.
for sure. Now carry on the NBA YoungBoy and TG Kommas with this Stop the Violence movement, man. Trying to make a difference in BR. Shout out to them boys. For real.
Mm,
Now we already know you gonna have some hard heads that don't want to listen and try to go against the grain on all ends, but can't nothing beat positive energy. Nothing negative can't beat nothing positive.
right.
You know what I
And
mean?
this is a different situation because we talking about the leader of the new generation, the leader of the young generation.
Right.
NBA young boy, he got the power, man, and he got the influence because he got enough influence to make people go outside and act in a negative manner. I'm not saying he forcing it on them, but I'm saying when we look
He know how to
outside,
hit the
the
switch to
young
do it.
generation, they look like young boy, they stand like young boy, they
They
act
got
like
his
they young boy.
attitude and everything.
So for him to do something positive, to know the intensity of the height of his
Influence,
influence, yeah, like I could
that's
see
hard.
certain things turning around because of that, because everybody know YB's attitude towards a lot of stuff. So for him to be, will stop the violence, this and da 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 da, like we watching, I feel like we kind of watching YB grow
It's
in front of
definitely
us.
growth.
Yeah.
It's definitely growth because we already know this young nigga mouth is crucial. So for him to put a spin on it and use it in a stop the violence manner, like like stop all this old misleading to these kids. Like he that that, that
But
right there.
the difference is he ain't promoting it how most niggas commercially promoted to the world. He directing this shit at the house first.
True.
He went back to the house first. He said,
Yeah.
listen, man, we gotta start here first. So it ain't like
Hmm.
he talking to the public when he go back to the house. He like, shit, we had some issues with them. Let's try to squash that. Nigga, we
Right.
got issues with them right now. Let's try to squash that. That's a
Hmm.
whole different thing because a lot of these niggas having too much pride to even think they supposed to be able to be doing that.
Right.
And they too worried about
They
somebody else's
they
opinion.
they exactly. Everybody opinions make these niggas heads spin.
Yeah, so it feel like,
But at the
nah, y'all
same but
niggas
at the
ain't
same
doing that.
time,
And today social media
but
is so judgmental, it make you
but
choose.
but at the same time, right? They gotta get the bigger picture because if innocent babies catching bullets to the head over nonsense that he got going on, somebody got to be a grown up. If children crying, if we ain't thinking about these babies that's coming up having a better future, they can stand at the bus stop without ducking bullets, or you see what I'm saying? How it's gonna be safe for them if nobody don't stop it? They ain't rich. They can't go way over here to Hollywood or wherever the case may be in these nice areas because they mama don't have the funds to move them in these areas.
Mhm.
So it's only up to the OGs of the streets to make sure that the kids have a safe playground, have safe bus stops. You know what I mean? They can make it home from school without getting hit by a stray bullet. The police can't do but so much.
And
What they
that's
say,
where
it take a village to raise a kid, right?
it definitely do.
Okay. So if it's a wild village, then the children won't survive, man. So I can't do nothing but tip my hat off to these young brothers that's been outside and willing to make a change for the sake of the kids. Anybody that's hating against that, boy, you is super lame.
And like you said, it take a village to raise a kid. In this situation, we watching the kids trying to change the village.
Mm-hmm.
It's different.
Mm-hmm. It's different, totally different.
This ain't Jesse Jackson coming out trying to speak, and
Nah,
this ain't none of that. This is the young niggas trying to fix the young niggas. This a
right.
little bit different. It's a whole bigger pitch. You know what I'm saying? So it's just more than just a NBA young boy and niggas he was into it with type of thing. Nigga, you gotta understand the village is trying to be evolved and changed by the young. That's big.
That's bigger than big. That's bigger than big.
Cause we watching most of them, they like nigga fuck them. We ain't never talking to them. It's on the flow, it's up, it's stuck. It's just what it is. Like we'll never who
But
what?
we already know them ones like that. See, them ones with that negative energy, either a nigga gonna catch a case or you already know how it go when it come down.
You're gonna have a
You
ceiling, a
you
very
gonna
low
catch,
one, because
yeah,
once you make your mark in the industry, you gotta transition. Or you can lose it all. And that's how what we seeing happen to a lot of niggas. When the bag come and it's time to transition, these niggas not transition. And
right.
in the long run, their
They
careers
lose it.
become short term because that street shit end up cutting off
All
what
they
they
success.
had going on. It stops the whole journey because so the transition is important. And I feel like where YB, he got so much going on, but at the same time, I feel like this is a transition for him. Look what he doing. He doing the stop the violence thing. He stayed busy putting out music. He making sure his people eat. He being the CEO. Not only that, he jumping on a positive note. Look, we need to start doing this now because he know niggas gon' maybe not everybody, but he know a big portion of people gonna get behind what he doing because the young generation is influenced by him. You know what I'm saying? Just like Lil Wayne would make a nigga go drink some lean because they were so influenced by Lil Wayne. It's the same influence there for YB. So what he doing is bigger, and then what he doing, he's so big in the game, he can influence the other rappers in that bracket to do the same thing in their homes. Like a stranger can't come fix the house, can't come fix your house. They can't come change the politics of your city. The niggas in that city got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
This the example right here. Why me trying to go back to Baton Rouge and certain things that can be mended, he trying to mend them. The ones that can't, I'm gonna leave them alone. I'm just gonna leave that where it's at, but I'm gonna try to see about all this other stuff. When these
Yeah.
young niggas start going back to their cities and states and start trying to do that shit and understand it's way more money in us trying to get a bag together and the whoopty wop. Hip hop gonna change. The industry, I ain't just not even just hip hop. I'm just saying the streets, period, they gonna change.
Right.
Cause it's gonna be a bigger picture to this shit. Yeah, we all stepping and we all thugging, but what we all trying to do is we trying to do the thug stuff, or is we trying to get into the game and remain in the game and prosper from it versus get on in the game and use that as a platform to promote the bullshit we come from and the smoke we got with niggas.
Right. Because one thing about it, if everybody in jail,
Nobody win.
nobody win. Nobody
Nobody
win.
win.
You ever like them? I give it to them. Like I say, I'm gonna keep on saying. I'm gonna keep tilting my hat to them boys. 'Cause like we said, these two young cats that's representing their section. They outside. They representing the trenches, but they transitioning to something greater.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully, like you said, hopefully the energy get to spread to other big dogs that got chaos going on in their city. You did what I'm saying? Far as your smirks, far as your
I
yaks.
kind of feel like this is. I kind of feel like he will never say it, but I kind of feel like Dirk paying attention too. Because if you pay attention, it used to just be OTF 600 O Block. Niggas just signed Lil Zay Osama. He ain't from
Some,
neither one of them. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Dirk starting to kind of go out the box in his city too.
true.
So it's a trickle effect because he got a lot of influence in hip hop too.
Yes, he
So you know
does
what I'm
a
saying?
lot.
You say, but it's what?
I said he has a lot of influence.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
he
yeah,
does.
yeah. And especially, I'm not gonna say he because you can't even really say young boy just got all this influence in Baton Rouge because he
Mm-mm.
got there's so much smoke out there. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same for Dirk too, but they still have the worldly influence to show the public different things, and people perceive it and receive it totally different.
Right.
So I kind of see Dirk doing it too right now.
Hopefully, with them starting it at the end of 2022, we'll gain more energy from it
Now,
2023.
do I think them two can squash their problem? No.
No, they probably can't be squashed because one is standing on business. He
And two, it's
putting
two different. It's two different cities, two different. You know what I'm saying? Two different mentalities of people. You see what I'm saying?
true,
Where
sure,
you got the South being Baton Rouge.
right,
They mentality different.
right,
They stand on certain principles, and they gonna stand on them. It's the same in Chicago too.
mm-hmm,
They got a certain type of mentality, and they got a certain set of principles, and they gonna stand on them too. And blood done been lost. So no, you see what I'm saying? I
it
don't,
hit
and it's
different.
worse. And it's worse for this situation because these niggas not from Chicago. So this issue a
It's
little
like
bit
a
more serious because something didn't happen to one of ours by some niggas that ain't even reachable every day, like some niggas that's from the rack.
right. They don't.
And
It's
then y'all
hard.
niggas at a certain tier with y'all celebrity to where y'all rapped about it, talked about it, taunted it, and did it publicly. Y'all real big figures in the industry. So certain things that went on where that's just not gonna be. It's just not gonna happen.
That's not what it is.
It's not gonna happen, man.
Definitely not what it is. Yeah, but it's a start. You know,
It's
and
definitely a start because I could see a lot of people falling in line with that because a lot of these young niggas got that influence in their hood. You gotta, and in their
it's
city. Because if you can get, I'm not gonna say make, if you can be a young nigga and come with enough influence to make or get 40, 50 young niggas to fall in line with you, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. You know what I mean? And in that case, I don't know. But yeah,
Paint joined.
like,
The same little niggas I know that was 4K Trey fans.
am I freezing?
It had just froze, but you straight now. The same cats that I know that's 4K Trey fans when YB was doing all of the dissing on the industry or whatever. They was emphasizing everything he said, and as soon as he did to stop the violence, they they followed the suit and went to start putting stop the violence on their story. So
Because
that
how they trying to eat too. Let's just be
no, I'm talking about the fans.
okay.
I got some fans on my page that, when YB used to go on his rants, dissing niggas, they get the dissing too. But soon as he did to stop the violence thing, they followed the suit and
You
started
see
putting
what I'm
stop.
saying?
Yeah, with the green hearts. Yeah,
Got that
so
type of influence.
definitely do.
So and he got enough veteran hip hop support that they'll get behind that too, because the veterans in hip hop want to see the youngins prosper in hip hop, not go to jail and kill each other and all of that. So when
Mm-hmm.
the older niggas in hip hop say something to the young niggas, it's not because they trying to son them or tell them what to do. Nigga, you gotta understand, y'all the new era of hip hop. They are the old era of hip hop. Hip hop don't continue on if you niggas keep dying and going to jail.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. We won't have nothing to listen to. You feel
Nothing
me?
at all.
Yeah, so dissect what this man's saying. And we saying it too. Stop the violence. Stop that shit, man. Let the little kids play at the playground again.
Man, what you
You
just
know?
said.
Let them play at the playground again, man. Y'all need to get up out the playground, let them kids go back and get on.
It ain't safe to do nothing. It ain't safe to go to the mall. It ain't safe to go to the store. It ain't safe to pump gas. It ain't safe to sit at the light. It ain't safe to do shit. So it's like only we can be responsible for changing that though. We the ones made it like that.
Mm-hmm. The same way you stand on that business about your partner, stand on your business about these children being safe.
Yeah, so we got the shit gotta change, and it's not gonna change by the older people telling the young niggas what to do. It's gonna change by the young niggas waking up one day and realizing they hold the power to change all the stuff they feel older people griping about, or they really hold that power. The older people don't hold that power. Y'all the ones living in that realm right now. Y'all the only ones with the
Y'all got the
ability and the
key.
power to change that.
Back. So take that word of advice and move forward, man. And this all we got for y'all right now. And it's time for that Culture for the Street podcast with me and the Mafia. Y'all know what the deal is. Do not leave about the trap till you've been served, man. Y'all know we
Seeing all them
consistent.
buttons, man. Content droppers, man. Trap always open. We serving every day. The trap don't never got a lock on the door, man.
Most deaf.
It's every
We
day,
gone.
man. We out of here.